Today we will learn about the first 10 amendments, which we call the Bill of Rights. Amendments are changes to the Constitution, so they come at the very end. We have 27 amendments, but today we will learn about just the first 10. Let's jump right in with the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects some of our most basic freedoms in the United States. It gives us freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. This means we get to choose our own religion and can speak freely about our beliefs. We can also meet or assemble peacefully in groups and contact or petition the government for help against unfair practices. However, these rights are not unlimited. We cannot break a law based on our religious beliefs or use our free speech to cause or encourage physical harm. Next up is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is short but not simple. It states, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed." A militia is a group of soldiers made up of regular civilians, and sometimes this amendment is interpreted to mean that the U.S. citizens are allowed to own weapons in case we ever need to form a militia to protect our country. However, the current interpretation allows any citizen to own a weapon even though it is unlikely we will need a militia. Next, the Third Amendment. Quartering means housing, and according to the Third Amendment, in times of peace or war, American citizens do not have to allow soldiers to stay in their private homes. The Fourth Amendment protects U.S. residents from illegal search and seizure. In other words, the police cannot search your home or car without a search warrant from a judge or probable cause. Probable cause means a good reason, as in the police have evidence or saw something that would give them a good reason to search your property. The Fifth Amendment goes over several different rights. It protects against double jeopardy, which means being tried for the same crime twice. It states that no person can be forced to testify against themselves in a trial, which is why people often say, "I plead the Fifth," when they wish to remain silent. It also states that no one can be deprived of life, liberty, or property without the due process of law, which means that you cannot be executed, jailed, or fined without fair legal proceedings. Lastly, the Fifth Amendment deals with eminent domain, which means the government cannot take your land without paying you for it. Next up, the Sixth Amendment guarantees a fair and speedy trial by an impartial or fair jury. Similarly, the Seventh Amendment guarantees the right to a jury trial in every case that deals with amounts of money greater than $20. The Eighth Amendment protects against excessive bail and cruel and unusual punishment. Bail is money you pay to get out of jail when you are awaiting your trial. This amount should be less for less serious crimes and more for more serious crimes. Cruel and unusual punishment means that though we should punish people for their crimes, the government shouldn't do so in a cruel way. For example, even though murderers should receive a harsh punishment, they should not be tortured for their crimes. The Ninth Amendment argues that there may be other rights not named in the Constitution that we are still entitled to as U.S. citizens. This amendment has been used by the Supreme Court to establish our right to privacy. And finally, the 10th Amendment goes over reserved powers. It states that any powers not given to the federal government in the Constitution automatically go to the states.